Have you ever faced a frustrating issue with your code that just doesn't seem to work, even when everything looks right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a common problem with date comparisons in programming. I totally understand how annoying it can be when your code doesn't behave as expected. You're not alone in this struggle. Many developers encounter issues with nullable types and comparisons, and it can be quite perplexing. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, "Why is my comparison of a nullable date property not working?" They mentioned that their code seems correct, but the comparison with DateTime.MaxValue fails. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what could be causing this issue? When dealing with nullable types, it's essential to remember that even if two values look the same, they might not be equal due to how they are stored in memory. Let's break it down step by step. And don't go anywhere. I've got a crucial tip at the end that will help you avoid these kinds of issues in the future. To understand why the comparison is not working, the user should first check if the bought date property is actually set to a value. If bought date is null, trying to access its value will throw an exception. Next, the user should consider that DateTime.MaxValue is a constant representing the maximum possible value for a datetime object. The user needs to ensure that bought date is being compared correctly. Now, the user should modify the comparison to ensure it works as intended. Instead of using the equals method, the user can directly compare the two datetime values. Finally, the user should test the updated code to confirm that it behaves as expected. This involves checking if bought date is set to null when it equals DateTime.MaxValue. Did you know? The concept of nullability in programming helps prevent errors, but it can also lead to confusion if not handled properly. It's like having a safety net that sometimes gets tangled. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggests using the DateTime.compare method for your date comparison. This method allows you to compare two datetime values and determine their relationship. In your case, you can check if item.boughtDate is equal to DateTime.MaxValue by using DateTime.compare. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative approach shared by another user involves testing the equality of your date values. They found that even if two datetime values appear the same, they can differ in the millisecond component. For example, when they subtracted just 1 millisecond from DateTime.MaxValue, the equality check failed, even though the year, month, day, hour, minute, and second were identical. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. One alternative solution suggests that the issue may stem from how SQL Server handles date and time. SQL Server only supports a time range up to 2359.59.97, which could lead to discrepancies when comparing with C#'s DateTime.MaxValue. Instead of direct comparison, consider comparing the dates as previously mentioned. Here's the tip I promised. Always check for null before accessing the value of a nullable type. This simple habit can save you from unexpected crashes. And there you have it. With these adjustments, your date comparisons should work as expected. Remember, understanding how nullable types function is key to avoiding these pitfalls. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more coding tips. And don't miss our bonus tip on best practices for handling nullable types.